What up, guys? This is Casey the Drog, and this is video game hunting. It's a little sombering, a little bit, if you ask me. Sadly, yesterday, my mom passed. She had bouts of health issues, and this wherever this was, I'm not exactly sure. They thought at one point that it was a stroke. Then they thought maybe seizures. She eventually had some seizures, but they thought maybe a blood clot or something, because her health went down really quickly. Like each day, this is the best way to put it. Each day, it felt like something was taken away from her. First day she was in the hospital, when she was being transferred into an ambulance, she was coherent. She was talking to me, talking to the ambulance people, and giving all the information. And then later on, when I tried to call her, see how she's doing, she was having a hard time with her phone. And then when I picked up the phone, she was praying. And I was like, oh shoot, this is not good. And then I show up the next day, she was mumbling. And certain words she'll finally say clearly, like, okay. I'm like, phew. Sadly, we had some internal family drama, but looks like it's been squashed. But, like I said, every day, it felt like something was taken away from her. The next day, she wasn't saying anything, but she had her mouth open, but she was watching you. The next day, she resting, and then she would move a little bit, like she would move position, and then there'd be spikes of looked like she's about to snap out of this, and then slowly go back to sleep. And then they put her, sedated her so she wouldn't be in pain. So she wasn't really responding much. When she did showed some life, I was not there. I was away, mainly at work. And, but sadly, yesterday, I was heading to work. Got to work, and opened my toolbox, and I was about to get started to work, and I just happened to look at my phone. My sister says everyone needs to come to the hospital. I was like, oh no, this is not good. And sadly, when I showed up, I guess when she was doing some dialysis, her blood pressure dipped, where I assume her high number dropped all the way down to 60, and that's not good. That's very, very low. And that's even low for a low number too. Maybe okay for a low number, but as the high number, no. But apparently, they believe that when dialysis, her blood pressure was fluctuating high, low, mainly low, but it looks like her brain was starved of blood. That her brain swelled up to the point where she was considered brain dead. And she didn't have no more reflexes. Like if you did anything, nothing reacted. So I was there most of the day yesterday. There was a couple times I had to get away to take care of the dogs, do what I need to do, like eat something, relax, and then went back up there. And then take care of work situation, because it looked like it was dire, and it was dire, because after my brother showed up, and actually a couple other friends and family showed up, then they pretty much removed her from life support. Took the vents and stuff out of her mouth, and she wasn't even breathing on her own no more. So she lasted a lot longer than I thought she would, because honestly, when you take the tubes out, she wasn't breathing, but she was still fighting. And I couldn't handle it. I couldn't watch her flatline, so I left the room to go into the waiting room. A couple people came in, huddled around me, and we hung out a while, just be there with her. But I was holding up for a good while until the very end, and I finally broke down and I had to leave. I couldn't take it anymore. Especially, I started breaking down and looked up and saw her again, and I had to leave. I couldn't take it. So, future is going to be interesting. What's going to happen? I know I'm not leaving the state or the area, but as right now, I'll be staying at the house right now. Right now, obviously we're trying to take care of businesses. So, right now I'm just trying to, anything to just take my mind off it a little bit. I know during this isn't much, but luckily I had Melissa and my older brother came over and hanged out with us, hanging out with me. I was like, I was glad they asked, because I didn't want to be alone. It probably was not a good idea to be alone. I know, I feel better right now. That's why I'm doing this right now. So, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting without her. It sucks. But yeah, it really sucks. So I'm just taking today as Friday off to grieve and anything, just kind of like keep myself together. I think we might go ahead and do Friday as well. I don't know. If anything, I'm not going to want to stay up too late. But I don't know. But what was cool, me and my brother, we decided to go around town and did a couple things. He's into sport cards and toys, as I'm into wrestling stuff and video games. And it's amazing how much sports stuff is worth. It's just as bad as video games and toys. So, after that, we tried to go to the toy store. They weren't open until 1. So we went to a vintage stock. He geeked out about vintage dock. I looked around, didn't see anything I had to have. And then we went to the toy store. I told him, when you go get in here, you're going to shit a brick. This is the place to go if you like toys. And yeah, he was overcome about all the toys there. We were like, oh, we had that, we had that, we had that. And then I popped on the couple things. I popped on I showed her pictures of this before, of the champagne bottle of Chris Jericho from the AEW. The little bit of the bubbly for $20. And then also, what's funny, there's a reproduction piece of cardboard. Yes, I bought a reproduction piece of cardboard. And, well, here's the kicker. It was one of those, if you guys know about the Star Wars toys line from the beginning, they were trying to make the toys for Christmas. Well, they weren't going to make it for Christmas, so if you put some money, they would give you this piece of cardboard where it has all of the toys stand up, and you can match where they are, and it's like it's like pre-ordering your toys before pre-ordering was a thing. So, this thing was old. I mean, I guess it is old now. I mean, it says it was reproduction back in 2005, so this thing's 18 years old now. So, but it's hilarious. So that was $20 as well. I was like, both of them, I was like, I had to get it because I've been eyeing the little bit of bubbly bottle for a while, and $20 seems like a good price. And then, if you guys know me about my video game things, I love weird things, odd things about video games. And that piece of cardboard hit that nerve, I guess. Got that little weird, odd itch that I have that I had to get it. It was a $20 piece of cardboard. So, and today I went to Walmart and I decided to pick up for Pikmin 4. I figured why not, because I love my Pikmin games, even though Pikmin 3 Deluxe is missing right now. So I'm on the prowl to get some of my games back that I lost. So I figure, hey, I gotta put some money into the bank. So figure come over here, see if there's anything cool. But I'll show you guys what I picked up. Give me a second. I get a drink too. I'm thirsty. I'm very thirsty. Pikmin 4. This is why I don't like park somewhere where people are around. There you go, skin. So, I'll show you guys the other stuff. Actually, I took a picture, so I'll show you guys in that. But I'll show you guys when I get home. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to do much after this. I don't know. I know we're going to be busy this week. So, If anything, I'll see you in a second. Alright? See ya. Just got the video game store. I was gonna go to the vintage stock over there, but I was like, yeah, I can wait. I was just looking around. I was thinking about picking up a loose Breath of the Wild and Luigi Mansion 3, each one for like $40. I was thinking about it. I don't know. I would love to get the Atari 2600 promotional use only box, but it's $150 and right now it's not the time to do that. So I went to the game store. What was cool, they actually had a Vectrex came out, sold to them. And what was cool, I mean, this is like the third time I've seen it there. And they said it's kind of working, kind of not. So they'll probably have someone work on it. What was cool, it had the second controller that you buy separately. And here's the cooler part. This is one of the things that kind of tickles me in my no-no spot. Is it had a box with it. And they were saying that controller right there in the box is $300. Like, it doesn't shock me. Because of Vectrex, it's very hard to come by, very expensive, very rare. People makes a multi-cart for the Vectrex. God, I wish I had brought my fucking sunglasses. Even it's not that sunny out here, it's still like I prefer wearing my sunglasses. I don't even have my backup sunglasses in here either. So I'm just kind of bored. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this one vintage dock, and then start doing things I need to do. Just kind of wanted to have a little fun, to take my mind off a little bit of what's going on. So, yeah, I believe what we're going to go ahead and do is Friday is Raw in dedication of Mama is Raw. So that's what we're planning to do. It's crazy that she's gone. I can't believe it, she's gone. It's just like, out of nowhere, she was doing great. She was having a good stint. That she actually was starting to have, looks like she was starting to get into a relationship. And I was happy for her. The only thing I always would tell her is, like, I'm very wary about long distance relationships. To me, it's just, if you have to travel a couple hours to even have like a dating life with this person, that's a long time to travel there and back, unless you're planning to stay a night. And you don't assume you're gonna stay a night over there, but I mean, I've done a couple long distance relationships, and I'm talking about like the woman's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. I'm like, I don't know if I can. One woman was great. It just couldn't work out. Plus, we mutually ended pretty easily. It was more like she knew I was not. I don't want anyone to move, for me, especially if we just started dating. I'm like, look, who am I? And they say, hey, you gotta come down here now if we want to be dating. I'm like, I can't ask you to do that. Like, to pack up your life and come down here. And let's say what happens if it doesn't work out. And they're like, oops. Tough luck. I can't do that to someone. I would drive about an hour for someone. 2 hours, that's too much. An hour, I could do that because, I mean, that's not too long. But 2 hours, that's like, and like I said, you're driving there and then you're driving back. So that's 4 hours driving for the person. Unless you've been in a relationship with this person for a while and you've been in something else, then that's one thing. But haven't asked anyone to do that. Like when I did that for Liz, that was different. I was 20 something years old. I had my parents help support me if I needed anything. I didn't want to rely on them because I wanted to work and do my own thing. But, I mean, she was, like I said, she was traveling dialysis before. Not on here, but on other shows. But, gosh. But she was starting to get in a relationship, and it sucked to have to tell the guy that she passed. Like, she was starting to be happy. I mean, she told me, like, I'm kind of seeing this guy. I was like, okay. I'm like, what am I going to say? No. The only thing I tell her, like I said, I'm very wary about long distance relationships, but I did want to say no. And my brother agreed with me. I don't know how many people really knew about this. I mean, some people, like especially my mom's age, when my dad passed, it's kind of hard for people to find other people to be in a relationship, especially when you have health issues. And for me, it's kind of hard. I'm like, I know AJ's a big person about this, but to me, I hate to say this, I mean, but it's not a deal breaker, but it'd be a plus if it was one way, is if the woman didn't have any kids. Because I don't want to be like in a relationship and then I feel like, okay, what am I going to do with this kid that, let's say it's a teenager, you know, the teenager is going to say, well, you're not the best me, you're not my dad, you're just the person who's dating my mom. I don't want to deal with that. So, and health issues is a big thing for me too. Like after my wife passed, I hate to say this, I don't want to really get in a relationship with someone who I might have to experience with that again pretty soon. So those are two bigger things that's a big thing for me. I'm willing to date someone who has kids, but like I said, I mean, it's not blemish, but I say if she doesn't have any kids, that's a plus for me. I know AJ's a big person who he doesn't like, he's really in that camp. But hey, that's to each his own. I just know one thing, when the older you get, you gotta be more realistic. Everyone has baggages, one way or another. Someone has baggage, and if someone's freaking perfect, like everything checkmarked the way you like it, there's something up. Or you got extremely lucky that you're extremely lucky. Well, like I got baggage. You think I'm definitely nowhere near perfect? I mean, shit, I'm fat. I'm balding. I'm not as bad as health as my mom was, but I mean, sadly, my parents both died before they hit 70. But I had 3 out of 4 grandparents are still alive today. So how does that work? But I mean, my dad would be still alive if he didn't have colon cancer. My mom, sadly, she had health issues for decades. But she's been a trooper. She fought to the very, very end. I'm proud to be her son. She was a great woman. Like my brother said, she's definitely the toughest woman I ever known. She'd be right here. Same place where my dad, my late wife, and a lot of my family, and some of my friends too. They live right here, and here. I might not think about every one of them every day, minus my wife. I kind of think about my wife every day. It's gonna be hard. I feel like how when my wife passed, I feel the same way as my mom just passed. I feel like they're still there. Like, it's not real. Like, I can call their cell phone right now and they're gonna answer, Or I show up home and they'll be there, My mom's not going to be there. Who's going to be my alarm clock? I kid. She will wake me up. But, hey, I might not be happy at that second, but I understood later on. Because, I had to get up. Sometimes my freaking phone doesn't go off or I didn't hear it. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be totally different since my mom is gone now. Hate to... It's going to be different. For sure, because I don't have to worry about a lot of interruptions anymore, and where I had to cut a lot of stuff that my mom uses. Like I watch cable, but not as much as mom did. My mom watched cable. I watch wrestling, and I could probably watch that on any other things, quite frankly. I don't know. I would have to, get basic. But, I don't know. But, I'm going to see what they have here. And, pretty much, at home, maybe do a couple things, maybe take a nap, and then start really doing stuff, get prepared. Just grieving right now, everyone kind of grieves and copes in their ways, and doing my little hobbies helps. So it's really hard that she's not here anymore. I can't believe it, bro. But I'll talk to you guys in a second. See ya. Alright guys, so this is a couple days later. The only things I picked up was the couple things I picked up with my brother when we went to the toy store. So it's more of a toy hunting than video games. So I'm gonna show you guys first thing that's cool that I've been eyeing for a while is AEW's bottle of wine. There's a little bit of bubbly with AEW on the side. With Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho on the back end. El Champion. It says 11 pieces, so it's probably just have different merchandise in there. It doesn't say anywhere what's in there, but I'm not going to tear it open. I'm going to be... It says contains stickers, tags, is not this. They don't say what's exactly in here, but it's plastic and it's not a natural glass bottle, and it's obviously not wine. Screw it, we're gonna leave that in. I think he did that on purpose, so screw it. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it that in. So, it's a blooper piece, little like blooper reel. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Not sure what's exactly in it, but the series, it says series 1, but of number 9. So, I'm just wondering what's exactly in here, but I'm not going to open it. So, if you want to see something weird, this is what you see, something weird right here. This is something I kind of like. So, what this is, the Star Wars Early Bird Certificate package. This is not the real thing back in 77. This is a reproduction piece of cardboard. Where back in 1977, they were trying to get the Star Wars toys out. And this, like I said previously, this is their version of pre-order. So, give you guys a quick, better look at that. And the reason I know, they don't hide it, it's a reproduction, because it says it expires December 31st of 2005. So, it's definitely a reproduction, and it's Hasbro. So, of course, and there's a website. There's the barcode and there's the website right there. So anytime you see a website, it's not really old. So this is what it's supposed to look like. You're supposed to put this thing out, and it shows you what the figure is supposed to look like and when it came out, because like I said, they just didn't have the toys ready for Christmas in 77. Not in fast enough, so this is what they gave to the parents, the parents to give the kids. So they're just looking at what their toy's gonna look like. So let's take a quick look. I guarantee you, the toys did not look like this when we grew up. The toys was nowhere near it. I mean, look how good picture of that is. I mean, those toys did not look nowhere near like that. Maybe today, because they're able to produce them like that, but not back then. So, I mean, they didn't have the technology that we have now to build that. So, this is pretty cool. I picked this up for $20, so I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, this one says, inside there's an early bird certificate that you mail in to get one of these sets. Your set will be mailed to you, postage paid when it's ready between May 1st of 2005 and December 31st of 2005. So even this is a reproduction, this is still 18 years old. So this is still old, but not 1977 old. So I still think this is pretty badass. Especially it's in a piece of plastic too. So I don't know if it came like this. Probably did, but I get a kick out of stuff like that.
So.
Alright guys, so this is actually the next day. I actually had some come in the mail, and I bought end labels for my Atari 5200. Strangely enough, they didn't have a soccer label, but they did have real sports soccer instead, but no plain soccer. And this is all the loose games I got on hand right here. And I got Missile Command and Kangaroo with their end labels as well. And I also put Centipede and Q*bert with their end labels. This is a sealed Pac-Man, so I won't open that for that. So that's it. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.